up, the meatpacking plant disruptions in 2020 led many people to look at harvesting market animals at home. Not an easy task. Market Journal's Maddie McIntosh spoke with Nebraska Youth Meats Extension educator Brianna Buseman to learn how to conduct the harvest safely.
Backups at local meat processors have led consumers to find alternative options. Unable to wait a year or more for an appointment, many are looking to harvest their own market animals at home. However, there are a few key things to keep in mind before you begin.
Keeping food safety in mind, that's everything from the actual harvest process and getting the carcass cooled. So following harvest, you want to get it cooled to the 32 to 45 degrees within 24 hours and to keep it at that temperature. Additionally, as you're fabricating and cutting that carcass into the retail cuts, keeping that environment cool and clean, using clean equipment, washing your hands, and then packaging is also really important for long-term storage. Making sure it's an airtight package and keeping it just cool, cold, or frozen throughout the process.
To get the best quality meat from your home harvest, you should keep food safety and animal welfare in mind.
So in terms of animal handling and animal welfare, it's really just ensuring that that animal is comfortable. Not only ensures humane handling and proper animal welfare, but also can really impact the quality of the final product. And if you're going to put in the time and the effort that it takes to do this project, you want to make sure that you have a good quality, good tasting product at the end. Food safety can also play into this, making sure that you don't get any contaminants during the harvest process, or when you're cooling the carcass, if you let it hang, it can absorb off flavors and off odors. So if you're doing this in a shop where you've done diesel work in the past, it can actually absorb some of those flavors. And then just making sure that you're careful in the environment, that you don't add any spoilage organisms.
The workspace you harvest the market animal in can also affect the overall quality. Brianna says there's one main rule to keep in mind.
Clean and cool. So a lot of times if you're doing this at home, it will take place outdoors. So trying to just keep that environment as clean and controlled as you possibly can. And with the temperature that we've had here recently, overnight it gets really cool. But during the day when that temperature spikes again, you want to make sure that you can try to keep that carcass as cool as possible throughout the whole process.
Harvesting a market animal at home is a viable option, but Brianna stresses not underestimating the task at hand.
The main thing with harvesting an animal at home is it is a very doable task. It's done all the time by people across the country. But it is a very, very big undertaking and something that you definitely want to plan in advance before you try to take it on. Keeping in mind food safety, food quality, animal welfare, as well as safety of the people who are actually doing the task is really going to be key, and making sure that you can cross all of those things off your checklist before even undergoing this task.
Reporting for Market Journal, I'm Maddie McIntosh.